Upper Cathedral Ward. The upper echelons of the healing church are formed by the School of Mensis, based in the unseen village, and the choir occupying the upper cathedral ward. Members of the choir are both the highest-ranking clerics of the healing church and the scholars who continue the work that began at Bjergenworth. The choir ruled over the church, while Ludwig's hunters formed the new ranks of the church's police force. The School of Mensis remained, but likely grew further and further apart from the church over time. Likely dissatisfied with the progress of research that had been made since the church split from Bjergenworth, the choir began to research the blood of the Great Ones. Connections: Healing Church Workshop to Upper Cathedral Ward, Upper Cathedral Ward to Altar of Despair. General notes: reaching Upper Cathedral Ward. Getting to Upper Cathedral Ward requires the Upper Cathedral Key, which can be found in Yarhagul. Unseen Village. Upon reaching the rooftops that connects via the large stairway to Yarhagul Chapel, you can drop off of a gap in the railing to the right side to land by the holding cell below. You must drop into the cell from above to retrieve the key. Once you have the key, head all the way to the top of the Healing Church Workshop, where you can use it to unlock the door to Upper Cathedral Ward. Make contact gesture. Examining the peculiar standing corpse on the upper floor will teach you this important gesture. Sinister Bell Ringer online. The bell ringer is located at the further orphanage corridor on the upper floor. When the bell ringer woman is present, versus PvP invasions are possible. World changes. Celestial Emissary defeated. Gain access to the Lumen Flower Garden's lamp. Progression Guide. Acquire the Cosmic Eye Watcher badge from the storage hallway. Pick up A Call Beyond in the Grand Cathedral walkways. And defeat Embryotis, Daughter of the Cosmos, to obtain the Great Ease Chalice. Enemies. Regular enemies. Celestial Child. Drops: Madman's Knowledge times 1, 0.1%. Carrion Crow. Drops: Pebble times 1, 6%. Pebble times 2, 3%. Antidote times 1, 1%. Church Servant, Cain. Drops: Blood Vial times 2, 20%. Blue Elixir times 1, 1%. Church Servant, Cain and Lantern. Drops: Blood Vial times 2, 21%. Quicksilver Bullets times 3, 21%. Blue Elixir times 1, 1%. Church Servant, Scythe. Drops: Blood Vial times 3, 42%. Blue Elixir times 1, 1%. Small Celestial Emissary. No drops. Walking Nightmare. Bloodstone Chunk times 2. Strong Enemies. Brain Sucker. Drops: Quicksilver Bullet times 4, 8%. Quicksilver Bullet times 3, 20%. Shaman Bone Blade times 1, 2%. Scourge Beast. Drops: bloodstone chunk times 1, 4%. Twin bloodstone shard times 2, 10%. Twin bloodstone shard times 1, 15%. Bloodstone shard times 2, 28%. Item treasures. Blue elixir times 1. On the corpse lumped against the permanently closed gate behind you after you climb the stairs to Upper Cathedral Bridge from Healing Church Workshop. Great Lake Carol Rune. When approaching statue balcony from the Upper Cathedral Ward lamp, go behind the group of celestial larvae on the right. It is on the corpse. Frenzied cold blood. Follow the path from statue balcony to side entrance, but turn left at the stairs instead of climbing them. It is on the corpse surrounded by carrion crows. The choir set. By the brain sucker hunched over a corpse as you first enter the building via the side entrance. Cosmic Eye Hunter Badge. On the ground floor of the Grand Hall, in the corridor on the opposite side to the service hallway. Ritual Blood, level 5, times 3. Near the locked door leading to Grand Hall to Orphanage Porch. Blue elixir times 1. A corpse in Orphanage Mezzanez. The blindfold cap on a corpse in Orphanage Mezzanez. Madman's knowledge times 1 on a corpse in Orphanage Mezzanez. Madman's knowledge times 1 on a corpse in Orphanage Mezzanez. Pearl slug times 2 on a corpse in Orphanage Mezzanez. Make contact gesture. Interact with the standing mummified corpse on Orphanage balcony. Madman's knowledge times 1. The corpse at the base of the suspicious window. Collecting it will cause a scourge beast to break through. Frenzied cold blood times 1. The corpse behind the locked gate in Orphanage Porch. A call beyond. A corpse lumped over the railing in Grand Cathedral walkways. Area highlights. Bosses. Celestial emissary. Enemies. Celestial child. Carrion crow. Church servant Cain. Church servant Cain and Lantern. Church servant Scythe. Small celestial emissary. Wandering nightmare. Brain sucker. Scourge beast. Small celestial emissary. Tendrils. There are no NPCs in this location. Important items. Blindfold cap. Choir set. Ritual blood level 5. Make contact gesture. A call beyond. Pearl slug. Cosmic Eye Watcher badge. Great Lake Carol rune. Insight events. +2 insight. Defeat celestial emissary. Altar of Despair. Hidden below Grand Cathedral, a great one, which possesses the Great Ease chalice, slumbers near the old altar. According to the choir, the Land of Ease lies in contact with the cosmos, which allowed the Great Ones to function on transcended planes of thought. Embryotis, daughter of the cosmos. Embryotis is found in the depths of the orphanage, described as key to the orphanage, birthplace of the choir, the orphanage shadowed by the Grand Cathedral was a place of scholarship and experimentation, where young orphans became potent, unseen thinkers for the Healing Church, the choir that would later split the Healing Church. Was a creation of the orphanage. We have established previously that it was originally the School of Menses which performed research for the church, in the secrecy of Yarhagul. However, with the growth of the church's power after the cleansing of old Yharnam, there was no longer a need for secrecy, and a new effort was put forward to spreading the old blood. It would be the choir who would fulfill this need, with the orphanage as their laboratory. Note that the orphanage is located directly behind the Grand Cathedral. We can recall Gilbert mentioning that deep within the Cathedral ward is the old Grand Cathedral, the birthplace of the Healing Church's special blood. But the Cathedral is not the source of the blood. While it is provided to the public from the Grand Cathedral, it actually originates in the orphanage from Embryotis and the Celestials. Embryotis is the left-behind Great One, whatever that means, and consumed and worked with the Healing Church in their research. We find multiple references to this. One of the secret rites of the choir, high-ranking members of the Healing Church, use phantasms, the invertebrates known to be augurs of the Great Ones, to partially summon abandoned Embryotis, one of the few rites that allow one to directly utilize the power of the Great Ones, and evidence that the choir had approached the eldritch truth, augur of Embryotis. Great chalices unlock deeper reaches of the labyrinth. The Great Ease chalice became the cornerstone of the choir, the elite delegation of the Healing Church. It was also the first great chalice brought back to the surface since the time of Bjergenworth, and allowed the choir to have audience with the Embryotis. Great Ease chalice. Connections. Upper Cathedral Ward 2. Altar of Despair. General notes. You can find Embryotis dormant in the far end of the Altar of Despair, and she will remain so until you hit her to begin the fight. While her head may be her weak point, it can be dangerous to stand in front of her. You may want to try to stand between her tails, where it's somewhat safer, and attack her from there. Once she's been defeated, the Altar of Despair lamp will appear in the middle of the area. Revive Annalise. Defeat the Great One to gain access to the altar itself. The altar is occupied what looks like the body of Rom, the vacuous spider. Interact with it and you'll be able to use the queenly flesh of the altar to revive Annalise. World changes. Embryotis, daughter of the cosmos, defeated. Gain access to the Altar of Despair lamp. Acquire the Great Ease chalice. The Altar of Despair becomes accessible. Old Hunter summons Mensis scholar Damien. In plain view in the hallway connecting the elevator to the Altar of Despair, kill the celestial child first, or they may bite Damien and make him lose a lot of health from frenzy damage. Area progression. Acquire the Cosmic Eye Watcher badge from the storage hallway. Defeat the Celestial Emissary so that you can break through the window to the boss room. Pick up a Call Beyond in the Grand Cathedral walkways. Defeat Embryotis, Daughter of the Cosmos, to obtain the Great Ease Chalice. Area highlights. Bosses. Embryotis, Daughter of the Cosmos. Insight events. +3 insight. Encounter Embryotis, Daughter of the Cosmos. +3 insight. Defeat Embryotis, Daughter of the Cosmos. Healing Church Workshop. The Healing Church Workshop began with Ludwig and departed from old German's techniques to provide hunters with the means to hunt more terrifying beasts, and perhaps things still worse. Connections. Cathedral Ward to Healing Church Workshop. Healing Church Workshop to Upper Cathedral Ward. Healing Church Workshop to Abandoned Old Workshop. Healing Church Workshop to Cathedral Ward. Loop back. General notes. Abandoned Old Workshop. Go right around the tower until you come across the gap, where you will drop down. You will find the entrance. Walk off to the left as slowly as possible to hit the landing spot. Once you have landed, jump to the next platform to enter the door. Upon entering the old workshop, you will be rewarded with the Source of the Dream trophy. World Notes. Healing Church Workshop. Tower, floor 3. The sky and the cosmos are one. The choir. Area progression. Go up the Odin Chapel elevator and access the hidden path to reach the Formless Odin Carol Rune. Go to Tower Floor 3 to get the Radiant Sword Hunter badge. Enter the Abandoned Old One workshop to get the Old Hunter Bone, 1/3 of umbilical cord, and the small hair ornament. Enemies. Regular enemies. Huntsman, rifle. Drops, Quicksilver bullet ×3, 100%. Huntsman, torch and axe. Drops, Blood vial ×1, 21%. Quicksilver bullet ×2, 10%. Molotov cocktail ×1, 5%. Huntsman, torch and shield. Drops, Blood vial ×1, 21%. Quicksilver bullets ×2, 10%. Molotov cocktail ×1, 5%. Huntsman, sickle. Drops, Blood vial ×1, 8%. Huntsman, cleaver. Drops, Blood vial ×1, 8%. Huntsman, cutlass. Drops, Blood vial ×2, 32%. Huntsman, pitchfork. Drops, Blood vial ×1, 8%. Rabid dog. No drops. Carrion crow. Drops, pebble ×1, 6%. Pebble ×2, 3%. Antidote ×1, 1%. Wheelchair huntsman. Gatling gun. Drops, Quicksilver bullet ×4, 100%. Wheelchair huntsman. Rifle. drops. Wheelchair Huntsman, Flame Sprayer. Quicksilver Bullet ×4, 100%. Wandering Nightmare. Drops. Twin Bloodstone Shard ×2. Strong Enemies. Huntsman's Minion, Brick. Drops. Blood Vial ×4, 5%. Blood Vial ×2, 85%. Shining Coin ×3, 5%. Shining Coin ×2, 5%. Beast Possessed Soul. Drops. Beast Carol Rune, 100%. Kidnapper. Drops. Twin Bloodstone Shard ×1, 30%. Bloodstone Shard ×2, 65%. Bolt Paper ×1, 5%. Brain Sucker. Drops. Quicksilver Bullet ×4, 8%. Quicksilver Bullet ×3, 20%. Shaman Bone Blade ×1, 2%. Item Treasures. Formless Odin Carol Rune. While taking Odin Chapel elevator up, there is an opening that the lift does not stop at. Run through it as the lift is ascending and follow the rooftop pathway around the top floor of Odin Chapel. It is in a treasure chest. On a corpse near the chest containing the Formless Odin Carol Rune. Communion Carol Rune. As you exit Odin Chapel elevator to Tower Bridge, it is in a treasure chest on the balcony facing the great tree. Blood-tinged gemstone. Tower, floor 1. In a chest surrounded by huntsmen. Thick cold blood ×1. Tower, floor 2. On the ledge between the huntsman with a rifle and the wheelchair huntsman. Thick cold blood ×1. Tower, floor 3. Continue on past the door without going inside and walk to the edge of the ledge. Radiant Sword Hunter Badge. Tower, floor 3. Inside of a treasure chest near the entrance to Upper Cathedral Ward. Messenger Top Hat. A corpse lying on a beam as you drop down the tower, basement 1. Madman's Knowledge ×1. A corpse lying on a platform as you drop down the tower, basement 1. A rumpled Yharnam hat and sweaty clothes. As you exit tower, lower section to village alleyways. Take the left-hand path into the side alley. It is on a corpse near 2 carrion crows. Madman's Knowledge ×1. In the open area overlooked by the kidnapper in village alleyways. Fireblood Gemstone. The corpse with the brain sucker hunched over it. Down the stairs from the village square. Area highlights. Enemies. Huntsman Rifle. Huntsman Torch and Axe. Huntsman Torch and Shield. Huntsman Sickle. Huntsman Cutlass. Huntsman Pitchfork. Rabid Dog. Carrion Crow. Wheelchair Huntsman Gatling Gun. Wheelchair Huntsman Rifle. Wheelchair Huntsman Flame Sprayer. Wandering Nightmare. Huntsman's Minion Brick. Beast Possessed Soul. Kidnapper. Brain Sucker. Important items: Formless Odin Carol Rune, Messenger Urn Festival, Communion Carol Rune, Rumpled Yharnam Hat, Sweaty Clothes, Fire Blood Gemstone, Blood Tinged Gemstone, Radiant Sword Hunter Badge, Messenger Top Hat. Old Yharnam. The oldest part of Yharnam is located within the city's valley. Long ago, the plague of the beast ran rampant here, and in an effort to contain it, the denizens set fire to the city, leaving little more than burnt-out ruins. The people of Yharnam have either forgotten about the place or are trying to forget about it. But every so often, howls from the beasts echo up from the valley below, a doleful reminder of their sins. Connections: Cathedral Ward 2, Old Yharnam. NPCs: Retired Hunter Jura. General notes: Ritual Hall Fire. If you enter the Ritual Hall after Jura's Tower, via rafters, pay close attention to a pair of wooden planks sticking out from the corner. Attached to these planks is a rope with an explosive pot hanging from the end of it. And if you chop the planks, the pot will drop down and ignite a large bonfire on the floor below. The fire, created by the explosion, will kill a large number of the enemies surrounding the bonfire, and cause even the female beast parents to recoil from the heat, making things much easier. Blood-starved beast defeated. Upon defeating the blood-starved beast, you will receive the Thamaru Chalice, and one of the items you need to create the first of a long chain of chalice dungeons. In case you may have missed it, the other item you require can be found on the altar of the ritual hall. With both items and the chalice in hand, you can return to the hunter's dream and create the dungeon at one of the ritual altars. While you can enter the dungeon alone at this time, the enemies inside would be difficult, and it's recommended that you finish Hemwick first, so that you can attempt it at a higher character and weapon level. Graveyard of the Dark Beast. Despite this area being placed within the Old Yharnam, you can only access it through Yahar'gul Unseen Village, and face Dark Beast Parl here. Going through Prisoner Holding Area and Dining Room. Following the narrow path, you will come face to face with Dark Beast Parl, a fearsome creature that guards the route back into Old Yharnam Lower Parish. Upon defeating it, you'll acquire the Spark Hunter Badge to increase your shop inventory. And the Graveyard of the Dark Beast Lamp will become available. Before you leave, however, you should make sure to open the large wooden door nearby so that you can use this lamp as a shortcut to the back of Old Yharnam if needed. If you came straight from this point after you entered Yahar'gul, it's worth returning to the Hypogean jail lamp so that you can explore the area. Encountering this boss, and you climb up Jura's tower without him seeing you, you'll be able to reach a peaceful resolution with him. Sinister Bell Ringer, online. The bell ringer is located below the drop from the Hunter's Plaza with Jura's Alley. When the bell ringer woman is present, versus PvP invasions are possible. World changes. Blood-starved beast defeated. Obtain the Maru Chalice, allows for Chalice Dungeon creation. Gain access to the Church of the Good Chalice lamp. Dark Beast Parl defeated. Acquire the Spark Hunter badge. Gain access to the Graveyard of the Dark Beast lamp. World Notes. Old Yharnam. First lamp. This town is long abandoned. Hunters not wanted here. Old Yharnam. Charred set. The red moon hangs low, and beasts rule the streets. Are we left no other choice than to burn it all to cinder? Old Hunter summons. Old Hunter Alfred. Found in the courtyard right before the boss battle. His summon sign will be in the bottom of the stairs as you enter the courtyard. Requirement: you must have spoken to Alfred and agreed to cooperate with him. If you shift time into night, Alfred moves from his new position outside the Forbidden Woods. His summon sign disappears and won't be available for the boss fight. Defector Antil. When you drop down onto the narrow fenced path leading to Dark Beast Parl, take a right to reach his summon point. You can only summon either Antil or Yamamura to assist you, not both simultaneously. Yamamura the Wanderer. Confederate. In plain sight along the path to the graveyard of the Dark Beast, after dropping from the cave exit. In order to summon Yamamura for the fight, you must first kill him in the Hunter's Nightmare and equip the Impurity Rune. You can summon either Yamamura or Antil to assist you in the battle against Dark Beast Parl, but not both simultaneously. Area progression. Get the Hunter's Torch from the rooftops. Get the Rifle Spear from the storage area. Defeat Jura at the top of the tower to get the Powder Keg badge. Or leave him alive for a peaceful resolution after completing Yarhagul Unseen Village. Defeat the blood-starved beast to open up the Healing Church workshop. Acquire the Maru Chalice and cause kidnappers to appear in various areas. Allow a kidnapper to kill you in order to access Yarhagul Unseen Village. Enemies. Regular enemies. Beast Patient, male. Drops. Random gem based on area times 1, 4%. Blood vial times 1, 8%. Beast Patient, female. Drops. Random gem based on area times 1, 8%. Blood vial times 1, 16%. Ashen Blood Beast Patient. Drops. Random gem based on area times 1, 8%. Blood vial times 2, 30%. Antidote times 2, 10%. Wandering Nightmare. Drops. Bloodstone Shard times 3. Carrion Crow. Drops. Pebble times 1, 6%. Pebble times 2, 3%. Antidote times 2, 1%. Strong enemies. Scourge Beast. Drops. Bloodstone Shard times 2. 8%. Bloodstone Shard times 1. 87%. Beast Blood Pellet times 1. 5%. Hunter enemies. Jura's Ally. Drops. Bone Marrow Ash times 6. 100%. Item treasures. Tempering Blood Gemstone. On the pathway that leads from Cathedral Ward to Old Yharnam. After you first go down the stairs behind the stone coffin, it is on a corpse on a pile of statues. Antidote times 4. On the pathway that leads from Cathedral Ward to Old Yharnam. As you reach the broken staircase, instead of taking the ladder, drop down onto the stairs below and climb back up the broken steps. They are on a corpse at the top. Pungent Blood Cocktail times 3. In a room with the Old Yharnam lamp, obscured by a pile of incense urns in a small side corridor. Bloodstone Shard times 1. On a corpse hanging over the ledge opposite the bridge as you enter the rooftops. Hunter's Torch. After dropping off the ledge opposite the bridge as you enter the rooftops, climb down the rubble to the small courtyard where 2 female beast patients are. It is on the corpse in a small covered area. Cold Blood Dew times 1. After dropping off the ledge opposite the bridge as you enter the rooftops, drop all the way down to the bottom walkway. Follow it past the door and climb the ladder to the tower. Blood Vial times 6. When traveling charred remains from Old Yharnam lamp, they are on the corpse near the burning beast patients to the left. Cold Blood Dew times 1. After crossing the bridge past charred remains, go around the building to the left. It is guarded by a female beast patient. Bloodstone Shard times 2. After crossing the bridge past the charred remains, go around the building to the right. They are on the corpse in the alcove. Bloodstone Shard times 1. The corpse on the balcony of the crumbling building. Antidote times 3. The corpse in the above room. In the main room of crumbling building. Antidote times 3. The corpse near the explosive urns in the path of crumbling building to Old Church. Bloodstone Shard times 2. After crossing the makeshift bridge from crumbling building to Old Church, turn left instead of going inside. They are in the group of carrion crows. Fire Paper times 2. After crossing the makeshift bridge from crumbling building to Old Church, turn right and follow the path around to the dead end. Blood-tinged Gemstone. In the residence adjacent to Old Church Courtyard. In the small corridor that the large female beast patient bursts out of. Antidote times 1. In the residence adjacent to Old Church Courtyard. In the corner near the door to Old Church Courtyard. Cold Blood Dew times 1. The corpse slumped over the large winged statue in the old church courtyard. Blood vial times 6. The storage area accessed by dropping down from the Hunter's Plaza onto the ledge. There on the corpse slumped against the pillar on the ground floor. Tempering blood gemstone. In the storage area accessed by dropping down from the Hunter's Plaza onto the ledge. In the treasure chest on the ground floor. Rifle spear. The storage area accessed by dropping down from the Hunter's Plaza onto the ledge. It is on a corpse as you climb up the staircase to the top floor. Charred hunter set. In the storage area accessed by dropping down from the Hunter's Plaza onto the ledge. It is on the top floor on a corpse in a chair. Cold blood dew times 1. The dead-end ledge at the base of the small staircase leading down from the Hunter's Plaza. Near a destroyed section of wall. Madman's knowledge times 1. The corpse hanging over the intersecting beams on the top of the ritual hall rafters. Molotov cocktail times 4. Cross ritual hall rafters to the far side. Then drop down onto the wooden platform below. They are on a corpse near the window. Bloody messenger head bandage. Cross ritual hall rafters to the far side, then do a running jump or roll onto the lower wooden platform parallel to the windows. It is on the corpse. Cold blood dew times 1. A corpse on the wooden platforms parallel to the wall with no windows. Below ritual hall rafters and above ritual hall. Can be accessed by either taking the first door on the right from ritual hall entrance or by dropping onto from ritual hall rafters. Antidote times 3. The corpse near the top of the first set of stairs leading from the ritual hall entrance to ritual hall. Bloodstone shard times 2. After taking the first set of stairs down from the ritual hall entrance to ritual hall, take the door to the right instead of coming down. They are on the corpse at the end of the platform. Madman's knowledge times 1. In the ritual hall on a corpse in the alcove above the side opposite the altar. Ritual blood level 1 times 2. On the altar in the ritual hall. Bloodstone shard times 2. When leaving the ritual hall for ritual hall terrace, turn left and follow the path to the dead end near a group of carrion crows. Blood vial times 6. When leaving ritual hall for ritual hall terrace, turn right. They are on the corpse on a pile of statues just past the door to smoke-filled room. Pungent blood cocktail times 2. When leaving smoke-filled room for Lower Parish Bridge. They are on the corpse lying against the wall in the corner of the room. To the left. Bloodstone shard times 2. When leaving smoke-filled room for Lower Parish Bridge, continue directly forward down the path leading to the huge gate. They are on a corpse against the wall. Beast blood pellet times 6. At the intersection in Lower Parish Alley between Lower Parish Bridge and Lower Parish Tower. Follow the pathway that runs perpendicular to Lower Parish Bridge. Continue and turn right at the end. They are on a corpse in an alcove. Antidote ×1. The corpse in the entrance room of Lower Parish Tower. Bloodstone shard ×2. After climbing the first set of stairs in Lower Parish Tower, go out the door and into the balcony area. They are on the corpse. Fire paper ×2. The corpse at the very top of the tower of Lower Parish Tower, past the exit door. Quicksilver bullets ×10. The corpse in the corner past the Scourge Beast and Ashen Blood Beast Patient as you approach the Church of the Good Chalice from Lower Parish. Bold Hunter Mark ×2. The corpse in the pile of statues on the small raised area at the top of the stairs leading to Church of the Good Chalice. Cold Blood Dew ×1. Among the Burning Beast patients on the side of the path farthest from the river. Cold Blood Dew ×1. Among the Burning Beast patients on the side of the path closest to the river. Antidote ×3. Behind the altar in the Church of the Good Chalice. Area highlights. Bosses. Blood-starved beast. Dark beast Parl. Enemies. Beast patient male. Beast patient female. Ashen blood beast patient. Wandering nightmare. Carrion crow. Scourge beast. Jura's ally. NPCs. Retired hunter Jura. Important items. Bloodstone shard. Ritual blood level 1. Blood-tinged gemstone. Hunter's torch. Tempering blood gemstone. Charred hunter set. Bloody messenger head bandage. Rifle spear. Insight events. +1. Encounter the blood-starved beast. +2. Defeat blood-starved beast. +1. Encounter Dark Beast Parl. +3. Defeat Dark Beast Parl. This concludes all locations of the Yharnam headstone.